All right, we're talking a little softball today with Bradley head coach Amy Hayes. And coach, starting your 14th year at Bradley, and have seen a lot of softball, have played a lot of softball. So heading into this season, just kind of give us your thoughts and your overview on just the Valley in general this season and coming into, as we got into the first week of conference play.
Yeah, I think, the Valley overall had a pretty good preseason. I think we had some stacked schedules, which we, I think I like to see, I want to see us preparing for postseason as much as possible. And, we had a lot of teams with a lot of success against some of those Power Fives, and that's what we want to see.
So you have a veteran team, 11 players coming back, 5 starters, but seems like some of the freshmen that have really been making an impact, Abby Badgley, Addie Welsh, and Katie Peterson have made a significant impact on your team. Did you think that they would have that kind of impact this early on?
Yeah, we kind of did. I mean, Abbott is she's a power pitcher, and we knew she could come in with a big bat, and they have their moments, they're freshmen, but they've also come up really huge for us, and this weekend, I mean, that win over Loyola was a squeeze play by 2 freshmen, Allie Perigin on third and Addie Welsh, at the plate, and just executed it perfectly. So I'm really excited about that class, and combined with our returning seniors, I think we've got some really good things going.
Yeah, one of those seniors, Grace French, is a two-way player. I mean, she plays second base, but she pitches for you. What is that experience that she has in the circle that has helped your young pitching staff?
Oh, I think it's huge. I think it's huge. Grace, I mean, she is our superwoman. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, I called her queen in her court yesterday, I mean, she just, she is extremely competitive. She is she's an extremely hard worker. She's intrinsically motivated. I don't ever have to say anything to Grace to get her ready to go. And that is whether she has the ball in the hand in the circle or she's at second. So for our young pitching staff, I think she's somebody that they should really look up to and emulate. And I think they do. She's always got words of advice for them and encouraging them and telling them what they can do, even when they think they can't. And, she's just huge for us.
Yeah, a nice player to have is a returning player that can kind of be the leader on the field for you guys.
Yes.
Your team has always, at least in my opinion, as long as I've been following the Valley, has always been a power team, hit a lot of home runs. So, and you're doing it again this year. I think 18 home runs so far in the season. And so talk about the philosophy that you guys have and the techniques that you teach to your hitters at the plate.
Well, I think, I think it's a style that initially people didn't understand. We have been hitting this particular way since Coach Malvo was here, Chris Malvo, who came to us from Louisiana Lafayette, who moved on to Mizzou and is now at Tennessee, but he coached Rachel Huggins, who, as my assistant coach, and played under him and learned how, his philosophy. And she's now teaching that to our kids. And it's just, I don't want to, it's not rocket science. Like, we just focus on some different things. We really want to stay in our legs and focus on our hips and, just not get too far out. And I feel like, I mean, we're a little young right now, we've got some strikeouts that are up, I think, a little bit, but for the most part, it really does help us stay more disciplined at the plate. It makes the approach a lot simpler. And our power numbers are good right now, so we've just got to take care of some other little things.
So a couple of the freshmen are hitting home runs. So is it something that you adapted with them, or you taught them, or did they come in with the skills that you guys teach at the plate?
Well, I mean, I think we look for kids that we feel like are coachable. We look for kids that are already, either doing what we do or part of the way there. We don't want to bring somebody in here and try and reinvent the wheel. And sometimes I think it might feel like that, but really it's not. It's just a little bit of a different mindset and a different place of where you're putting your focus. Addie Welsh is a local kid, she's watched us play for a while. She's extremely coachable. And just wants to be the best player that she can be. And Abba Badgley is strong. I mean, she is a strong young woman. And, again, both of them intrinsically motivated kids who want to be the best player they can be.
I'm excited to see your freshman class play. I really am, because they have made really a significant contribution to your team. One last question. I know your assistant coaches are very important to you, and talk a little bit about that. I know we talked last season about how important they are to what you do, former player, how to kind of pass on what Bradley softball means to the incoming players.
I mean, I think it's I just feel very blessed. I feel very blessed that I have players that wanted to come back, that wanted to stay, and wanted to work to make this program the best that it can be. Kalia Wysocki was an incredible hitter. She was a catcher. She and I coached her, so she knows what I want to see in our catchers, and she's done a phenomenal job with our crew behind the plate. Emma Jackson has come on. She stayed in the area, and she was a fantastic pitcher for us, and again, the mindset of what we're trying to do. She knows what I'm teaching. And she has the experience of what she did and what she wished she would have done differently, and sometimes when they're a little younger, a little closer to their age, our kids will listen a little bit more, quite frankly, they're like, oh, Coach Hayes, you were back in the day, but we're saying the same things, but it's just coming from a younger mouth. And sometimes that's what it needs. But I just, I feel extremely grateful, to have my staff made up of former players. I think it's a huge compliment to our program and what we're trying to do here. I see it as nothing but a positive. So I'm just really blessed to have them, and, having Rachel on staff for so long, and she's so steady. And she's very, very good at what she does, and she's working with a wide variety of kids this year, from veteran seniors who have had to go through COVID, to a sophomore class that came in during COVID, which they didn't have any of that extra fall time, to a freshman class that's like, hey, what do we do? So it's a wide variety, and managing it all is, it's an art.
Yeah. Well, you have a great staff, and it's been fun to watch how all you work together. And again, I'm excited to be able to see your team play and your young kids play, because it's always great to see the new talent that we have coming into the league. So we will see you down the road. Thanks for spending a little time with us today, and good luck as the season goes on.